welcome to MandoBug Crafts, episode 43. Hey, I'm your host MandoBug, but you can call me Amanda if you want. And I'd like to say thank you to the new viewers checking me out for the first time with this video. Hi, hope you stick around. And returning viewers, oh my goodness, how long have I been gone? That was not planned and I'm really sorry. I mentioned on the Ravelry boards that I did plan to record like 4 weeks ago or something like that before I went on vacation. I thought I'd be able to record while my brother and his girlfriend were with us, and we just stayed so busy I did not get a chance, and I apologize. And then I went on vacation, so me and my husband, as a graduation gift to not my younger brother, but the next one, he graduated, and I flew him and his girlfriend out here, and we had a whole bunch of fun for 2 weeks. And I mean, I didn't take any time off of work, or I think it took 1 day, and we just flew around everywhere, kayaking, zoo, Six Flags, comedy shows. I mean, it was a baseball game, it was ridiculous. So there was no time to record, and then I went with Josh back to Washington State for a couple weeks to visit my family, and then down to California for about a week to visit, I mean, it's still my family, but his side of our family. And we had a great time, so I'm back in Georgia now, and I should be back to recording regularly, and by regularly I mean every week or 2 weeks. But it shouldn't be like a month-long break like that was. I'm so sorry. But anyways, starting the shot with something I've learned. So, this is something I learned a while ago, but whatever, something I've learned since I've last recorded. So I'll go ahead and share these guys, right? You may remember these from the last episode. These are the Time Traveler's Socks by Sedmak, and I knit these for my husband. This is the second pair of this pattern that I've made him. This is the first wool pair of socks. Oh my goodness. So the yarn that I used, which is absolutely gorgeous, 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 is Lamby toes. And I talked last episode about how to new shop on Etsy. The Dyer's Amanda from the Nada podcast. Oh, and Amanda, if you're watching, thank you for the shout out on your podcast. I just now am catching up on my podcast, and I saw that and I was like, oh, that's so sweet. Absolutely love your yarn, and I love your show. So anyways, so what I learned was this time I tried the Jenny's surprisingly stretchy bind off with these socks. I've never done that before, and it took me a while to get the hang of it. So you do, well, if I remember correctly, because I did this like a month ago now, you do yarn overs. There's yarn overs in it, and especially if you're trying to bind off in pattern, which I had a knit one, purl one ribbing, you're supposed to yarn over a certain direction, either the right way or the reverse way, to get the specific stitch that you want. And I wasn't doing it right. So like I bound off most of it and it was so tight I couldn't stretch it at all, and I was like, that's not right. So I ripped it back, tried it again, didn't work, ripped it back, tried it again. Finally I figured it out. If I do this bind off method again in the future, it'll probably be a struggle for me to remember, but what I believe I was having the problem with was the direction of the yarn overs. I wasn't doing them correctly, and to be real honest with you guys, I didn't realize that it really made that big of a difference which way you yarned over. I was doing my yarn overs the correct direction, but when you're knitting and purling and reversing the yarn overs, you can confuse yourself. But overall, I'm really happy with the socks, and Josh was so mad I wouldn't let him wear these until I've recorded. So he's been with that. They've been finished, and he's been without them for weeks. And he's like, when can I wear the other socks? I was like, after I record, because I'm so afraid that he's gonna start getting these super fuzzy. The only other pair of socks I've made him are wool free, and so they go in and out of the washing machine, and they're completely fine. And I'm afraid that he thinks that's okay. It's not okay with these. So we're going to see how it goes. We're going to see how they hold up in his shoes, because he does wear them like everyday socks, because he really likes the lime green. He has a lot of Seattle Sonics and Seattle Seahawks gear that he wears, and the lime green goes with both. So he likes to show them off in his shoes. Good for me, right? But anyways, yeah, the Time Traveler socks and the Jenny's Surprisingly Stretchy Bind Off. I will go ahead and link to the video tutorial that I used on my blog, mandobugcrafts.blogspot.com, if you're interested. But I know it's a very popular bind-off method, especially for socks, because you get this, I mean, this is the circumference of the ankle, right? But you get all of that stretch to get your foot in there. And then it goes right back. So, I know it's very popular with socks, and most people already know how to do it. If not, I definitely recommend you try it. Moving on to works in progress. I've really only been working on one project lately. This is what I took with me on vacation. And honestly, I didn't get much crafting done on vacation at all. We haven't been home to visit my family in over a year, and I have a big family, and half of Josh's family is up there, so we just ran around from house to house, and then we went to the ocean for the weekend, which was awesome. But I mean, we were just so busy. I had barely any downtime to craft, but before I went on vacation, I think I got some progress done. So this shawl is Princess in the Pea by Lily Go. It's a paid-for pattern. Oh, I didn't tell you those Time Traveler socks were free. It was a free pattern. But this Princess in the Pea is a paid-for pattern. Fingering weight shawl. I'm using Dream in Color Smushy with cashmere. Yes, it's very nice. I think it's the Humdrum colorway. Let's see. Yes. Can we see? Humdrum. Very autumnal orange. Love it. And I'm such a dingbat sometimes, man. This is how much I had left, and I should have skeined this because I had time to work on this more, but I was so afraid that I'd run out of yarn and then I'd be mad at myself. So I slowed down my progress. I mean, I probably could have got a couple more rows with this, but I was like, man, why didn't I wind this up? I wasn't thinking. But I'm enjoying the progress. I'm in the middle of a row right now, so I couldn't show it to you all anyways because it's bottom up, and I started with over 500 stitches. Now I'm down into the low 400 range, but it's a repeating pattern, so you can kind of get an idea of what you got there. And I don't know if you guys can see the beads. Oh yeah, I've got a couple rows with beads on them now, and I'm really loving the way that this is knitting up, and I can't wait to finish it. I really want to finish it sometime in October so I can start wearing it. It is cooling off here in Georgia, not a lot. We're still in the 70s. Sometimes we'll get down in the 60s, but I feel it cooling off. So knit faster. But I am really enjoying knitting this shawl, and I knit this on the plane. It's a 5-hour flight from Georgia to Washington, or from California to Georgia. So I mean, both ways it's a really long flight. But I enjoyed knitting this on the plane because it's lace knitting, but it's repeated, so it's not every stitch is different. So it was repeatable enough that it wasn't too difficult to pay attention to, but it was also not so boring that after 5 hours of knitting it, I was like, because I thought about bringing socks, and I was like, 5 hours of stocking it, and the round could get old quickly. So I worked on this, and I'm really glad with my choice. So yeah, the only thing that was fiddly on the plane was the beads, but it did work out just fine. And the beads are only like every couple rows anyways, so yeah, that's all I got for works in progress right now. So moving on to finished objects. I did finish some stuff since we last spoke. I finished the sunflower satchel, which is this guy, which is very large. So I have mentioned before that maybe I can model model the bag. Can you see? It's huge. It's huge. My belly's getting huge. But the bag's a nice, good-sized bag that sits like right on your hip. So this pattern was originally written for fingering weight, and I bought Aran weight because I wasn't thinking, and I ended up using almost 3 balls, and I made the small size, which turned out larger than the large size, of course, but I knew that was going to happen. I wanted the large size. This is a little bigger than I wanted, but you can never go wrong with a large bag. As I've mentioned in the past, this is a paid-for pattern, and you really only want to attempt it if you feel comfortable with crocheted charts, because that was really the only way that I could follow this pattern. So the crocheting is done, but I want to put a lining in the bag. I have fabric and a zipper that I've picked out. I just haven't gotten around to actually putting it in yet, because I'm debating whether, because the handles kind of come up like this, so you get that nice U shape. I'm debating whether I want the lining to follow up the U shape, or if I want it to just kind of stop horizontally right here before the U shape. So I'm not sure, but I am happy with this purse. And that I crocheted. I need to hurry up and enter it for the Eat, Sleep, Knit Along, Eat, Sleep, Knit Along for their Q3 to get the extra yardage bonus for my yarnathon goal, which of course I won't come nearly close to a marathon's worth of yarn. That's not in my personal budget, but it is nice to get extra yards towards the little bonus goodies. So I also finished some spinning. I showed you guys my socks, and then I finished some spinning. So this is old spinning that I've showed you in the past. This is, I had some domestic wool that came with my wheel. I dyed it, and then I turned into rollags, and then I spun it. And this skein is 1.8 ounces and 78 yards. It's like a nice worsted weight yarn. I took the rest of those rollags and I finished those up and got this. So this skein is 2 ounces and it's 91 yards, so it's thinner. And it's almost so much thinner that it might be an issue working with them together. I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided how I feel about that yet. So we'll just put it to the side for now. But I'm glad those are done. My domestic wool isn't the softest, so definitely nothing around the neck. Maybe a hat, maybe some other accessory-like items that can be knitted. I think Sarah suggested coasters, which I thought was a great idea too. So yeah, those are done. So moving on to Check It Out. For Check It Out this week, I wanted to share first of all, a gift, and then the company where the design came from. So when I went up to Washington, I got to visit my mother-in-law, and she gave me this gorgeous gift. So this is absolutely gorgeous. Maybe I'll move back a little bit so you can see it all. It's a wall hanging. I just need to get a dowel and something to hang it with. Oh, it's upside down. So sorry, guys. But you can see it's a Halloween themed. Here, maybe I'll go this way. It's a Halloween themed wall hanging, and this was all hand embroidered by her. I can't imagine the hours that she put in to making this, but how gorgeous. And then she lined it with some fabric around the outside and then quilted the entire thing. Let's see, you can see this, but like in the white on white is hard to see, but she quilted the entire thing on her long arm machine. She owns a long arm quilting business, and so for her to take time out of her business to quilt this for me was just awesome, and I'm super happy and excited to have it, and I can't wait to hang it up. What I was going to share with you guys is that the pattern, this design that she stitched up, is by Bird Brain Designs, and they do have, I think it's a local shop to her, I'm not 100% sure on But they do have a website where you can order kits and whatnot, or you can also just buy the downloadable design. I think they have hand embroidery and machine embroidery patterns, they have fabric, they have all sorts of stuff. So if you're interested in hand embroidery, I would say go check them out. They have a lot of red work for all those little hand embroidered patches that go into quilts. So if you're into that kind of stuff, I highly suggest their store. It's super cute. I liked them on Facebook, so I get all their little news updates in my feed. They just released a really cute scarecrow one, so check them out. Oh, and also a side note about going up to visit my mother-in-law, I got to meet her sheep. The sheep that I have, they're fleeces that I've been processing, and they're so cute. I put some pictures on Instagram, I think one of the 3 of them and then one of me feeding Juniper, and they were just so cute, little sheep. And she just got a new sheep recently, this last week, or yeah, I think, or maybe this week, Oreo. So the 3 sheep that she has, they are Cheviot and BFL mixes, and then the new sheep she got is a Romney Jacob mix, and he is gorgeous. He's got like a black face and like a soft tan coat. So cute, so cute. So it's always nice going up there. I can't wait to move back. Moving on to current events. So I have a giveaway to do that is way overdue, guys. I am so sorry. So sorry for this. So why don't I go ahead and show you what the prizes are, because you don't even know what those are because I'm so last minute with them. So there are 2 prizes. The first winner will get to choose, they'll get their first choice, and then the second winner will get, it sounds bad, but whatever's left over. Either way, it's free, and I think they're pretty good prizes, so hopefully everyone that wins is happy. So the first prize is this bag. Now that I made this bag myself, so of course it does have the small imperfections of a handmade bag, especially made by MandoBug. But this, I use the open wide zippered pouch pattern by Noodlehead. I've made her bags before. I've told you guys I'd make a tutorial, and I really should get around to making that. But it's nice to get a whole bunch in before I actually show you guys how I make them or try to explain how to make them. I did get permission from the lovely lady of Noodlehead, so I can. But anyways, so this is the bag, and inside of it, woohoo, is a lovely braid of fiber. So, about this fiber, by the way. So, I told you guys I would buy fiber and dye fiber for prizes, potentially. Well, the lovely Dawn of Daybreak Dye Works had a sale going on, I saw on Instagram, and it was to clean out her shop to put up new colors. And so I went ahead and I bought a braid, and when the braid came in, it also came in with extras and goodies because Dawn is awesome and I love you, thank you so much. It seriously made my day so much. It came with, I'll show you guys later, but it came with some goodies, and it was so nice. So she also sent this braid, and she said I could keep it or give away, so I'm going to give it away to you guys. It is, and sorry for the crinkling, it is undyed natural color. It is a wool alpaca blend, and it's 3 ounces. So, and it's Daybreak Dye Works. And I don't want to take it out of the bag, but you can see it is. It's a natural brown blend. And so that is the first prize. So this is the fiber that she graciously sent along as extra, which is just so nice. So sweet. I did not expect that at all. And then the other prize is another bag made by me, another zippered pouch, open wide zipper pouch. Now, I do have a side note about these bags. I don't know what was running through my head when I made them, but I ironed the fusible interfacing to the interior instead of the exterior. So the lining is what is stiff, not the outside of the bag. But it doesn't really change the function. It slightly changes the look, but the bags still stand up on their own if that's something you're interested in, because they are the boxed bottom. So they do have they do have interfacing. It's just on the inside, not the outside. Sorry. But so yeah, so there's this bag, and inside of this bag is another braid of fiber from Daybreak Dye Works. So this is the braid that I purchased to give away to you guys. So and this one is Meadow by the Lake Superfine Merino, 3.8 ounces. So, and I just think it's an absolute gorgeous colorway, and it's super soft, gorgeous merino. So, and I guess I didn't show you guys the lining to the bags. This one's got like a white polka dots. White polka dots. It's got yellow polka dots on the bottom. And the other one has the other one's crazy on the inside. I wasn't really sure what to go with, so I went with this crazy gray pattern. So, it goes. It's just very busy for what I would normally choose. But, so, there were 9 of you who entered into the spin along. Thank you so much for participating. Your names are in this bag. So let's see who gets their first choice, huh? I love drawing names, by the way. I did the no chatter just because I didn't know how many people were going to participate, and when there's large numbers it's easier to do the random number generator. But since there were only 9, I just wrote your names out and put them in the bag. So the first winner is, can you read this? Oh, I can clearly see it. I don't know if I can read it. I will try, but I apologize in advance. Keekscrew Melchin. And she spun up some lovely yarn as a gift. I think she was shooting for fingering weight, and it ended up, I think she said slightly larger, but it's pretty much on point. So hey, whenever you meet your goals, that's awesome. I will go ahead and send you a message on Ravelry asking you which bag combo you prefer, and we'll go from there. And just in case you guys are wondering, I know other podcasters have winners contact them, but I understand that not everyone watches the podcast as it comes out. Especially since I went on vacation. I got so far behind on all my podcasts, and now I'm just catching up, and I'm like, oh man, I entered some giveaways. I hope I didn't win anything, because they would just have been sitting there for a month waiting for me to reply. And sometimes you just completely miss an episode, and I would hate that to happen to you, especially because there are so many alongs that happen. It's hard to remember which ones you enter. It's fun to just participate. So I have no problem contacting you guys and letting you know, hey, you won, you know. So, anyways, first winner, second winner. The second winner, who gets the leftovers, this still sounds so bad, is, oh, can we see it? Lady M. So, and in case you're curious why there's so much space on this, I wanted everyone's name to be on the same size strip, so it didn't, I don't know, so it was fair, because I don't know, what if my hand likes to pick small ones over big ones? I don't know. So, but Lady M, I will message you on Ravelry and let me know your first choice and your second choice. Well, I guess it doesn't matter, just, you don't have to let me know what you want, because I will let you know what the first winner didn't pick. But I'll still contact you letting you know you won, and that it will be one of these two things as soon as the first person contacts me, and I will get those out to you guys. So, yay, giveaways! I love giveaways. So, the other thing I was going to talk about was lovely Dawn. Oh my goodness, Dawn of Daybreak Dye Works. When I ordered the fiber, like I said, it came with the extra fiber that I had the option of giving away. Then it also came with a skein of yarn and a lovely note and some tea. And so this yarn, of course, it's orange and I love it. So this yarn is, I have the tag over here. Oh, I see my card and my tea. But where's my, oh my goodness, you guys. Well, the world will never know. It must have fallen. But anyways, I will knit with this skein. That's why it's caked up. I will share the information with you later, but she said it was a skein that was just sitting and she didn't see herself using it, so she paid it forward, and that's so sweet. That's so sweet of her. I skated up because I thought I would cast out a pair of socks while I was on vacation, so I took it with me. But now I'm not so sure if I want to make it socks or if I want to make it something else. Either way, it's absolutely gorgeous skein, and I am so happy to have it, and that was so sweet of you, Dawn. Thank you so much. The camera is kind of washing out this color. It's a little less bright, but it's still bright, which is my favorite, so. But yeah, that was so sweet. Thank you again so much. So moving, oh no, I'm still current events. So moving on to the next current event, the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery sent out their final clue for the Halloween Town stitch along. I guess it's not really stitch along. Well, yeah, I guess it is. Whatever. Comes out in clues and people work on it together and, you know, follow the hashtags on Instagram. It's great. Since I last recorded, I don't know if clue 3 had come out yet or not, but that's what I finished. So I have clues 1 through 3 on my linen all stitched up, and I absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. Now, the third clue, to me, doesn't really fit the, see, this is a first and second clue, and then the third clue, the bakery, didn't really fit very well, but when the fourth clue came out, I see how it all tied together. So the fourth clue is, at the bottom it says Halloween Town, and it has a whole bunch of little cute things like keys and skulls and jack-o'-lanterns and bats, and it's hot pink, which fits in with the bakery and ties it all together. So it makes sense. It's not as spooky as I would like, of course, but it is the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, and they do specialize in very cute patterns. So, of course, I mean, that's what you should expect from them. So, overall, I am still very happy with the pattern because you really can't go wrong with Halloween at all. So, I finished the third clue, and then I haven't started the fourth clue yet because I wanted to go ahead and get started on the next current event that's going on, and that is the Cloudsfactory Whacky Witches in Stitches Halloween sampler. And now, this one really frustrated me because it came out before I got the fabric that I ordered for it. And so I ordered the fabric from Dovestitch. It was the recommended pattern, or the recommended fabric for this stitch along. And I saw a picture of it and I knew I immediately wanted it because it's like a light gray with a marbled dark gray over the top. And so I ordered it, but it took almost 3 weeks to come in, and I didn't realize that was going to happen until after I ordered it, of course, because then it said in their policies that the hand-dyed fabric may take up to 2 weeks before it even ships. So that's what happened, and the fabric came in while I was on vacation. So I'm on vacation getting these email notifications saying I'm getting pattern updates because the updates to this pattern come out weekly. And so I'm downloading them going, oh, that's so cute, I wish I could work on this. So I did have the Frosted Pumpkin Stitcheries cross stitch with me, and I was working on that. And then as soon as I got home, I raced to the mailbox, ripped this open, and started it. So the first clue was the entire border, and then the second, I think that all, like 5 clues have already been released, but I'm still working on the first clue, and I'm really hoping that it's going to fit on the fabric, because I've heard from some other generous ladies on Instagram that they were having margin issues, and I have not had issues yet, but I'm afraid. So this is a very large cross stitch pattern, but you can see this is the top, and it says Halloween there, and that little O, the little O is the pupil of an eyeball. So Halloween, the O is an eyeball, and I just have been stitching in black, so obviously that's not stitched in yet, but it's so cute. And the border is this nice gothic looking spiral, so I'm very happy. So you can see I cleared the right side and I've cleared the top, but I still have to go to the left side, and from what I've measured, I think it's gonna stop like here, which gives me like no margin at all. But I figured, you know, I have the fabric taped off for now because that's how I prefer to prevent my edges from fraying. But I think when I frame this, if I don't have enough margins to get it properly framed, I might add a border of like an additional fabric around it just to make sure it looks okay. But this pattern, this fabric is gorgeous. It's very spooky and fitting for the pattern. And then this pattern, I absolutely love it. It is, it's still really cute, but it's a little more spookier, so it's a little more my style. The clues that I have seen are a witch being chased by a ghost, which is really cute, and a witch who's in a pumpkin suit who looks like she fell. But I mean, it makes sense. Wacky witches. It is these witches doing silly things. And then the middle section has come out, and it's kind of like a spooky graveyard. So I've been spending a lot of time just stitching, and if you follow me on Instagram, you'll notice that most of my posts lately have been for this project. I'm having so much fun, and I would really like to have it ready before Halloween. I know I'll finish the Frosted Pumpkin Stitcheries Halloween Town Club before Halloween. Probably before October, but I would really like to finish this in October on time. So yeah, and then also the final thing for current events is the hand spun craft along has started while I was on vacation. So sorry guys, but now that the spin along has closed, I'm hosting a craft with your hand spun along. So all you have to do is make something with hand spun. It doesn't have to be started in September. It can be started before September, which is the official start date. You may have cast on this project before September. You just need to finish it between September and November. So, but you only get one entry per person. So I figured this was fair, because if somebody started a hand spun sweater, I would like you to be able to enter it as a finished object. In, 3 months is a short period of time for longer projects, especially when people have work and other obligations outside of work. I understand everyone has different crafting time, and it takes some people longer than others to complete projects. So I figured as long as you finish it sometime between the beginning of September and the end of November, then you should get an entry. And then as long as it's only one entry per person, that will prevent people from just whip busting any hand spun or whatever. Oh, also, I know not all of you are hand spinners, so if you wanted to join along, it doesn't have to be your own hand spun yarn. It could be hand spun that was gifted to you or hand spun that was bought. It just has to be made with hand spun. So the rest of the details are in the Ravelry group, the MandoBug Crafts Ravelry group, so you can go ahead and check those threads out for more information. But I haven't cast on anything with my hand spun, but I do have plans. So before I went on vacation, we found out the gender of the baby, and we went back home and we kind of had a family barbecue and revealed the gender with everybody. And it turns out that Josh and I are having a little girl, and we have chosen the name Emily Jade. So she is coming the end of December, so I'd like to knit her some stuff with my hand spun. So I have this yarn that I finished and caked up months ago, but I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it yet. It's 330 yards of a fingering weight, So I'm thinking I'm going to knit this into a smaller sized sweater for Emily. And then I also have this yarn that I finished more recently, which was I was spinning for our spin along. My goal was to get a certain yardage that I didn't meet. I know that. But it was to be worsted weight. And I hit worsted weight, I just didn't get the yardage, which is obviously because I didn't have enough of the fiber. So this is 204 yards. So I'm hoping to maybe make this into a baby vertebrae if I have enough. Because that would be awesome. I really want to make a baby vertebrae and a mama vertebrae for me and Emily that's kind of matching. That's probably super lame, but I would feel good about it. But I don't know if that's going to happen just because I really don't think I have the time. I would have time to finish hers, but maybe not one for myself. And maybe they don't have to be matching. Maybe I can make Emily's in orange and then I can make mine in gray. And we'll have the same sweater, just in different colors. That's probably more appropriate, right? I don't want to be one of those just ridiculous moms. I am who I am, I guess. And I'm so excited. I can't wait till she's here. And it's crazy to think that I only have like 3 more months to go. Like, it's a lot of time, but at the same time, it's not a lot of time at all. So yeah, those are my plans. I'll probably cast on sometime this week. Probably this one first. Once I pick out a pattern, if I have enough for the newborn vertebrae. So then, last but not least, upcoming events. I'm not really in the loop with what's going on right now because I have just returned from vacation, but I can tell you my plans for some more future knits. So in about 2 or 3 weeks, a really good friend of mine is it's not hosting, she's throwing, well, I guess it is hosting, okay. She's hosting her daughter's first birthday. And if you've been watching this show for a while, if you remember the black and orange rippled blanket I made, and the Mixtro the monster, and it was a stuffed fox, one of those really cute Lydia Tresselt patterns. Those are all things that I made for her baby when she was born. So now it's her first birthday, and the birthday party is awesomely pumpkin themed. It's going to be a great pumpkin party, and I can't wait. I absolutely love pumpkin everything, visually, as well as like pumpkin food. Like, I love the colors, I love everything about orange and pumpkins. So for her first birthday, I picked her up this really cute book, 5 Little Pumpkins. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but my mom used to read it to me when I was little. It's a really cute little picture book, you know. And so I got this book, and then to go along with it, I am going to make the cutest pattern ever, by the way. So this, I watched this in the making on Instagram because Susan Claudino is really awesome on Instagram. I really like following her feed. And she had kind of like sketched up and like shared a sneak peek of a new pattern that she was making, and I immediately was like, oh my god, Pumpkinhead, oh my god. And it's been out for a while now, and a lot of people have been knitting it up, and it's super cute. But I'm talking about Patch, and it is this cute little stuffed toy that has a pumpkin head, a little tiny body, and like long arms, and the hands and feet are leaves. Absolutely adorable. The first one I'm going to knit is going to be for my friend's daughter with this book. But I will be knitting some more for myself and my daughter. Because, like, me and my daughter can't share one. Absolutely not. I need to have my own. She needs to have her own. But for my friend's daughter, I'm just going to go ahead and use my Hobby Lobby acrylic because I have quite a stash of it. And I have no problem making toys out of acrylic. It doesn't bother my hands at all. So I have this orange for the head, this green for the leaves, and then I plan on striping the body gray and black. So it's not your typical baby colors, but I'm not your typical baby gift giver. I'm not a very traditional person. So I think it's going to be super, super cute, and I can't wait to give it to her for her birthday, even though I haven't started it yet, but that shouldn't take very long. But I should cast that on soon. So, oh my goodness, you guys, I didn't realize how long this episode was. I'm so sorry. This is what happens when I've been out for a while. So I will go ahead and cut everything short here. I hope I wasn't too rambly, but it feels good to be back. I missed you guys so much, and I guess happy crafting, and I will see you in a week or two. Bye!